Hello everyone. I wanted to take a second to share my story of natural hair with anyone who's interested in watching this. Basically, and I'll try to be very brief. I started transitioning to natural hair in 2007 when I was still in college. I did a big chop, cut it all off, didn't even think about it. It was basically one day I was relaxed, the next day I was bald. And it was drastic, but it really taught me a lot about perceptions and just how I look at myself. So I I was I was growing my hair out natural for, I want to say, a little over a year. And then I got the bright idea like, hey, my hair is just as long as it was when I permed it. So, hey, why not perm it? So I did, and I hated it. And about 3 months later, I did another big chop. So this is big chop number two, and ultimately what that led to was another perm and a third big chop. So we are at the end of 2008. I have done my third big chop, and at that point I decided, all right, that's it. 2009, I'm not gonna perm my hair again. What ultimately cemented that decision was when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. I was like, okay, most definitely not going to get a perm while pregnant, and had been successfully growing my hair out ever since. Haven't had a perm since before December 2008. I don't exactly remember my last perm, but that's when I did my big chop. So since then I had been growing my hair out. It basically has been looking something like this, like with the little ringlets and the curls. And then I got very complacent. I was really just wearing my hair back in a puff or something to that effect. And I was like, man, I need to do something different. It's killing me just having this fro and these curls and doing nothing. So, which brings me to why my hair looks like it does now. I had the bright idea to get my hair straightened. And of course, I am now a victim of heat damage, as you can tell. These scraggly ends that have not and will not revert are a result of that heat damage. And so I find myself now in March 2010 with a head full of mixed textured hair that still has this awful burnt smell and has me at my wit's end. I've basically decided that I am now on a journey to going 100% natural, which means the way that my hair comes out is the way that it's going to be. The way that it grows is the way it's going to stay. I know there's a lot of natural sisters out there, and I'm not knocking anybody. Let me first be clear about that. However you wear your hair is awesome. But there's some natural sisters who are natural but they color it, or natural but they straighten it. Me, what I'm working towards is natural, that's it. Like, it just hasn't worked for me. This is the one and only time that I tried to straighten my hair. I actually went to a salon. I didn't even do it myself because I was like, nope, I need it in the hands of a professional. I really trusted the hairstylist. Told me they had experience in natural hair. They do it all the time. No big deal. And my hair was beautiful, straightened. I was like, wow, I have a healthy, thick head of hair. But when it was like, okay, that was fun. Let's go back to what I'm used to. I basically end up with this damage, and it's not real extensive. Like, the front is good, it went back. It's the sides, the edges, that ultimately are the weak areas. There's been some breakage, and then in the back, that's where most of my heat damage is. There's some few stray ones up here, but it's not the whole strand. It's actually, just right there at the end, something that could be trimmed off in 3 months. But, something like this, where it's ultimately damaged, all the way up the strand. That's not going to ever go back. And I have to deal with that now. Ultimately, you know, I'm obviously not afraid of a big chop, but I'm not wanting to do that again, because going natural and staying natural has really taught me patience, and has taught me that I, like my hair, am very resilient. And so what I'm doing now is I'm looking at this as another transition. I am working with 2 texture hair, and I am going to find a way, hopefully with you all's help, to deal with how I'm going to be styling my hair from now on. Of course, one of my good friends is the little cap here, where you can cover things up like the damage, and, you know, wear the top out or whatever. You know, I'm being real sloppy about it, but just, you get the idea of what I'm going for here. You know, this is always a personal favorite. These things come in wonderful colors, but it's not really that great of an office look when you're at the job. So let's see what else. Another, and I'm trying to run through these real quick because I don't want the video to be like forever and a day. Another thing I take is a cutoff stocking, and this is usually how I do my puffs. You know, kind of tie it like a bow in the back, or, you know, wherever, and bring it up like a headband. And this is usually how I get my puffs going. Again, we're being slow or fast and kind of sloppy with it, but, you know, on a normal day, this would be no big deal with my hair, with the exception of the now scraggly ends that stand out. Now, my first thought is to trim the ends, not the whole hair thing, but we'll see. It's very wet. I also just tried to condition it, which is when I realized it wasn't going back. These edges, the edge damage is there to stay. So other than the cap thing and this stocking thing, I'm really like out of ideas. So any suggestions, tips, words of advice? Sorry, I just wanted it to be tighter, since I'm probably going to wear my hair like this the rest of the night while I'm searching YouTube for you all's videos and, you know, trying to figure out what other people are doing. I actually was looking at other videos for heat damage, but I realized no one had quite had as tough a time as I have with the edges thing. So, hey, I guess I'll be the person that's personifying that for us all. You know, I'm not discouraging anyone from ever straightening their hair. I've known lots of people that do it and have no damage. I'm just one of the people that have, and from that experience, I've decided it's a wrap. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to do more videos, and, you know, hopefully keep in contact with some people to try to get some ideas as to how to deal with the double textured hair, or, you know, ideas for dealing with heat damage. So any suggestions y'all have, I'm looking for them. So long for now.